Okay, let's try this again. So this is Denise Laframboise, mortgage broker, managing partner at Element Mortgage Group. I wanted to pop on and talk a little bit about the situation right now. So let's start with mortgage deferrals. Okay, it's been put out publicly. The banks are advertising that they're offering mortgage deferrals. All lenders are offering mortgage deferrals. So if you see that and you're like, but my mortgage is not with a major bank, don't worry. All lenders are offering mortgage deferrals. The key for people to understand is they are offered on a case-by-case basis. So there is no value in calling and jamming up their phone lines to find out, is this open to me on my rental property? Is it open to me on my cottage? Is it available to me if my tenant stops paying me rent? Is it available if I'm on EI? Is it available if I lose my job? All of these questions are truly unanswerable because the reality is they are being offered on a case-by-case basis. Does it mean you'll get declined? I don't know. Okay, it depends on the situation. I can tell you that people that do need this to happen have been getting it. So that is really important to know that nobody wants Canadians to lose their homes. So governments, banks, nobody wants that to happen. And they're putting these things in place to be able to let people keep going through the turmoil and the uncertainty of income that is currently happening. Okay, so know that those situations, like those deferral programs, are going to be there for those who need them. Does it mean that people will get declined? Some will. Okay, if you don't need this, it isn't for you. Okay, and the equivalent of that is essentially, Dustin Woodhouse posted the other day that taking a mortgage deferral when you don't need it is sort of the equivalent of parking in the accessible parking spot. Right? If you need it, that's awesome. If you don't need it, you know what we all think of those people, right? So please keep that in mind. Will it affect your credit rating? Depends, right? If they need to check your credit again and updated information, it potentially could. It could have impacts. But if you need it, then you're not worried about that. It doesn't matter right now. In terms of extra costs, somebody else asked me about does this interest add up and then you owe a whole lot later? Do not stress. It's not a significant impact. So obviously the banks are still going to get their interest, right? They can't give you money for free. They don't have the liquidity to be able to do that right now. But what will happen is essentially the interest that you owe them will be spread out across the rest of the payments. So it's really not going to make a significant impact. You might see a 1% increase on the payments that you don't defer. And so, I mean, deferral is definitely an option for people. And I just wanted to keep that open. If you have questions or you want to know about deferrals or what we've seen from certain lenders, even lenders I don't work with, we can tell you kind of what the process has been. Some lenders are putting in new processes because they've been overwhelmed with requests for this, right? Remember, over 500,000 people became unemployed in the first 4 days of this, okay? And that doesn't even include all the people with businesses that aren't sure what's going to happen next, right? So it's a really volatile time. We're not really sure what's going to happen and what options are there, but I just kind of wanted to pop on and say, like, the deferral stuff, it is an option for the people who need it. Lock them into a mortgage. Some people are locking into lower payments, taking advantage of the situation we have right now where our house values are still going to appraise high, but the interest rates are still low, okay? Unsure of what this cooling of our market does. You could see a whole lot of things change. So it's good to potentially act now while you have some options. So if you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out. As always, Denise Laframboise, 416-271-5307. Thanks.